That was good. I think that Ben coming in last minute, I was like, I felt like we had a lot to talk about and everything, but then when he offered to come on, I never want to turn Ben down because he always provides a little bit more insight than we have on
Just
stuff.
a little,
and yeah. And so I thought that actually worked out really well, and I'm glad he was able to stick around. I think we held him he held himself about 10 minutes longer than he told me he was prepared to go. But yeah, I looked at my watch when you asked him the question, and it was like right at when he told me it was time to go. And I looked at my watch when he finally finished. It was 6 minutes. He had a 6-minute answer to a 15-second question.
He's got a lot of words about Clay Helton. That's all I know. Yeah, I still don't understand why the hell he's there. I mean, he didn't have a bad record at USC. I mean, not what they wanted, right? They wanted national championships, but to fall from there all the way down to trash, 40 games
too.
Okay, yeah,
it was quick too. Like they fired him, and then like the rumors started speculating immediately, and then the next thing you know, they're announcing him, and then and like Ben said earlier, he was on the sideline at like the next game as the new head coach.
I don't know.
What are we talking about?
Ben's answer to Clay Helton. Yeah.
Go on. I don't.
Yeah. Well, Van, you were there.
You were there, maybe.
No, the question about why, like, how he ended up there, like from Southern Cal all the way over to I think he's from Panhandle of Florida. Or
is that
like
their coach? Well, I don't have any idea what we're talking about.
So the question I asked Ben about Trash Down South head coach and how he ended up at Southern.
Oh, okay.
And how long will he last at Southern or leave? Right. One of the two.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. This is Last Call, where we talk about things that Ryan ignored during the episode.
I didn't ignore it. I just don't care who their coach is.
Can I just say I love Darren Granger and how he personally proved Ryan wrong during that game. It was awesome.
One pass proved Ryan wrong. All the other missed passes in that game were erased with the one single pass that he completed.
He did miss a couple passes. He was 8 for 12 at 96 QBR rating. He had his best game of the season.
Cool.
But it's also a very focused game.
In our only
we ran the ball.
But we tried the same play earlier in the game, and he overthrew it. We had another one in the end zone that he overthrew. We had one that was a drop pass, like a really good, less than 10 yards. I think it was probably like a 5 to 8 yard drop pass. There weren't a lot of pass attempts going on, right? There were not a ton of pass attempts, but like he did not look good. There were a bunch of passes where the receivers were on challenge. They were not 50-50 balls, and they were overthrown and crap.
There was definitely one in the end zone that was like, oh, come on, don't overthrow that.
Now, there's no guarantee that the wide receiver would have kept his hands on the ball either. So, sure. Even if had it been on point, there's no guarantee they would have caught it. But that's neither here nor there.
You know how some people talk about, they don't care about G5 football because it's not good football. They want to see like the best of the best. They want to see the Georgias and the Bamas, the Ohio States, all that kind of stuff. But what the hell do they talk about after the game? They're kind of like, wow, they threw the ball really far and they caught it. That's what you're supposed to do. We get to talk about everything about he threw the ball really far and he didn't catch it. But then there was that one time where he did, and it was great, and we went crazy because it never happens. We have something to get excited about.
One of the big reasons that I'm more of a fan of even NCAA football rather than college football or NFL. It's college football rather than NFL is because of the players aren't as good. You don't have, not every single person there is the very, very best at their position, like in the NFL. And so like you see these crazy plays in the NFL and like they're it's fun to watch, I guess, but like if you're not playing fantasy, it's whatever. And I like not knowing when that ball goes up if it's going to get caught. Like that to me provides like some entertainment. Same thing with basketball too. The NBA is stupid with offense.
Well, the NBA is like watching a video game.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, it pains me to post this comment up here from Matthew. I agree with Ryan, with the exception of the Army game. Subtract Granger's one good drive from each game, and I think his stats won't be good. I'm not going to argue with that. Actually, I agree. I think that Granger has looked not great all season long. I don't know how. Well, in Army, it was just Tucker Gregg and the running back core were able to just keep on that. And then we didn't even talk about this at all with Ben. That goal line stand in the
Huge.
Yep, that was it. That was the play
in the fourth. Like that blew my mind. That was the far end zone from where I was sitting, and because I was around like I guess probably like the 30-ish yard line on the opposite side of the field from that, so it was distant. But even from that far away, looking at the backs of the players, it was blatantly obvious that we'd stopped him, and it was that I'm pretty sure it was that ginormous guy that was running the ball at that point, and it was like you just saw him get stood up, and he got even taller.
The announcers were talking about him, and saying that they've never seen another human being so capable of getting half a yard. I mean,
I get it.
And but by golly, we stopped him. We did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That whole series though was like talking to the TV. I'm like, all right, new set of downs. We can stop them in 3 downs. All right, next set. Like they kept driving down the field. I was like, shit, they're inside the 5. Now,
I remember at one point. So they had just converted 3rd and 9. And I was like, then it was 3rd and 1 on the next series, and I'm like, well, they're fucking gonna get that. If they can get 3rd and 9, they're gonna get 3rd and 1, like no problem at all. And it was like 3rd and 9 for like 12 yards or something. Like it was, and then some. So yeah, it was brutal. It was definitely a game that we got off to that early lead, and you felt good about, and they get it within 3, and you're kind of like, all right, we're in the lead. If they score, do I have the confidence in the team to come back and respond? And I'm like, they haven't scored since the second quarter, so no. Like I don't know.
Not sure how I feel.
That was the turnaround. That goal line stop was like the play that you could just like plant a flag in and be like, this was. You know what? I asked Ben about the switch. What switch went off? It was that. That play like did something to everyone on the field, and just it took them and it put them out of the game, and it took us and it put us like right where we needed to be, and it was perfect.
Could you imagine if the defense got that stop and then somehow the offense found a way to screw it up, like throwing a pick 6 or something, and lose the game? Like that flight back, like the defensive players, I like just not even talking to the offense at all. It's like we put in the best fucking play of our lives out there. We stopped, we stopped the Jolly Green Giant from running over us, for
they just have pictures of that dude being like, yeah, stopped him.
Exactly. And you threw the ball. So I guess I'm the only person that would imagine after winning our first game of the season, I would still imagine what it'd be like if we lost the game.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Unfortunately. I feel pretty good though. I think this team can win out, like with any of these teams that we've got coming up. I mean, it just it's just consistency has always been an issue at our level, I think. And
we're consistently good the back half of the schedule.
I guess that's probably true. Georgia State teams in general too, like basketball does the same fucking thing.
Yeah,
they like shit the bed in the beginning of the season, and then all of a sudden they start balling out, and you're like, all right.
But then our other Olympic sports are not. Like our baseball and our soccer
starts out high,
they'll start off like just like they'll be beating these huge opponents, or at least playing them like super close, and then they just kind of fall apart towards the end. But you're right, with basketball, and I think that was the thing about Coach Hunter, and I love Coach Hunter, and he did more for Georgia State athletics as a whole than any individual ever has, at least in my time frame of paying attention to it. But man, he was so inconsistent at playing these big teams early on and getting the win. And then Lanier came in and we did a little bit better. I think that's when we beat Bama, whatever, in their house and stuff. But I'm expecting Coach Hayes to go perfect this season and just win it all. But we were talking
all the games, championship.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as Coach Hayes, As soon as Coach Hayes coaches his first game, Georgia State athletics as a whole never loses a game again.
What are you gonna do if he loses the first game?
I'll be like, we're not
exhibition game. The exhibition game.
You're gonna be like, no way.
Oh, I have prepared myself because I have put him so high on a pedestal right now about what this team is going to accomplish this season that I keep doing it. But at the same time, there's that little voice in my head going, you're going to lose, right? There's no way this happens. Like, it's going to be bad. It's going to be very, very, very bad. But no, what I was trying to say, we were talking back to the football and like how we are for the rest of the season. So before Friday night and then all day Saturday leading up to the game, everybody I talked to, whenever I run into another Panther fan, we met up here or there, it was, this is a must-win game. Like, no, it's not. It's not a must-win game. Out of conference game is not a must-win game to me. I mean, every game is a must-win game, but an out-of-conference game, what I want is I want to win the East, and I want to play in the conference championship. That's the goal at the beginning of the season, is to play in the conference championship. And so Army was not a must-win as far as the numbers go. Maybe, a moral victory, a moral win, or something like that by winning the game. But we're not in control of our destiny. We win out, and we get some help against Coastal, which we all think that they're playing out of their minds, overrated right now. We still have a very good shot of winning the East. And I've suddenly become a JMU fan because JMU could win. They of course. I got more information about that. But if JMU wins out their entire season, that's great. They still, other than beating us, they can't be the East Division. Oh, sorry, they can be the East Division champ. They can't play in the championship game. They have a postseason ban by being a startup or a transitional team. So
I love how all their fans are like, if we deserve to be in it, then they'll just let us in it. And I'm like, so you're telling me that you think the rule is that unless you're going to be in the championship, you can't be in the championship? Like, that's what you think the rule is? No, the rule is you can't be in it.
Right. It is kind of funny how when we were transitioning, all the rules that went against us were very valid and we should be shunned and kept down. Yeah. But now when they're moving up, it's like, hey, these rules, they're terrible. Get rid of all of them.
Yep.
I love it.
I feel
love it.
Yeah. Part of their thing is like they didn't have to do the 2-year transition period that we had to do either, because we had a postseason ban for 2 years. They're only getting it for 1 year.
We had like the transition out year and the transition in year or something.
That's what it was. And there was the punter. I don't remember if it was Bo or not, but the punter we had on the team.
Ian Vance.
Yeah, the punter we had in that transition year, the last year in FCS, he was so good that his numbers would have been first place in the FCS all time or first place in the FBS all time. But because we were transitioning, the record books will never record him as being the best punter in all of NCAA history. Yeah, it's absolute garbage. I should know his name better because that's a great trivia fact for all of NCAA sports.
Yep.
So
obviously, with my shitty ass memory, I will never forget the name Ian Vance because he's probably the best player we've ever had.
It's like screw Albert Wilson, screw Donald Russell.
He had some booming punts. They were amazing to watch. But
then also part of that was the rest of the special teams being able to get there and make sure that there was no return was as minimal as they possibly could be. So
speaking of special teams, they weren't hot garbage against Army. That was good, right?
That's 2 weeks in a row too, which is nice because
we're on the streak.
Is what we talked about last week. Is they'll lose you a game, but they're not going to really win you a game probably. Like what you should expect from special teams is mediocrity, right? Is like just normal. Like there's not going to be like astounding special teams. And so, I mean, you're going to have some runbacks and stuff, but typically the rules are not in your favor as far as that goes. But like, it's good. Two weeks in a row. So we're 2-2 with like a decent special teams. Like that's good.
And that's what annoys me about fans that like go ape shit over point after kicks. Like, your team scores a touchdown and we all cheer. Your team scored a touchdown. Yeah, we got a touchdown. We did it. High fiving everybody. And then they do the point after, which is like a 99.9% guarantee that you get the point after, and then you have some of the fans that cheer again, just like they did for that touchdown. I mean, I'll do my own little, clap.
Golf
That's
clap.
Good. Whatever.
All
right, good.
Yeah.
Good. You got it. Good. You did it. You did your job. Good job. But the people that go like ape shit over a fucking point after, I'm like, now if it's the point after that wins the game for you,
if it's the winning game, winning point,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Or even if it ties the game or something.
Yeah.
But just like first quarter. First touchdown on the opening drive of the game where you get a touchdown. Sir. Yeah. But I see this all the time at Falcons games because they have more fans than we do, surprisingly enough. And they just go crazy.
The Falcons have more fans than Georgia State?
What?
But most of those are from the other team. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's probably true.
So, but that's just one of the things that annoys me about football, watching football. And also, I'm a bad fan when it comes to football. I'll clap my heart out. I'll clap on everything. Everyone's shouting defense, and then you clap defense. I'm not yelling defense. My voice, I just don't have that energy. And maybe I'll do the clap.
It really depends for me. Like I stopped doing it with Georgia State because I don't feel like I'm adding to something that actually helps on the field. And so I'm like, am I going to kill myself over this or not? But I will do, some cheers just because it's fun and like I think the atmosphere is better. But like a lot of that stuff, I'll chill out.
I did my fair share of Let's Go State. Let's go say GSU.
We love that one.
You break out a GSU chant.
GSU, State. We like that.
Well,
one.
not even that. This is just GSU. There was one point. We didn't talk about this about Army. Man, for the people that are going to be on the front lines of our offense and defense and protecting our country, those fuckers got injured a lot. There were so many injury timeouts. I come on like looking up on what the fuck is, so it was on that opening drive, something really good. We got a first down or whatever, and a Let's Go State chant started out. And one guy goes, dude, he's injured. We're, oh shit, sorry, we're not going to be taunting while players down on field. And that was the first one. And then it seemed like every series there was like somebody else who was having to be up on the field, and I feel bad for these guys. I don't root for injuries. I wish there was a way to play a game with zero injuries, but man, they got injured a lot.
A lot. And you would think that the conditioning of, Army soldiers would be pretty good, but it's and just like to defend them a little bit, I think there was one player who had cramps multiple times on the field and was like and what you noticed was it was the guy getting stretched out. Like he was like he'd get up and they'd do some stretches on the field while he was injured. I'm pretty sure he just had cramps, and it was the same dude like a couple times. But still, there was like a lot of injuries. I was like, what is going
on our drives too?
After the second time, you get him some Gatorade and an IV bag, and you say, "We'll see in the second half if you're still feeling pretty good or whatever." But yeah, it was crazy. There was something else that we noticed up there. Well, I didn't notice at all, but Kirby said he had some friends in town from Germany that he brought. They flew into Atlanta, but he took them up to Germany. Sorry, he took them up to New York for the game. Sorry, and so Kirby's like, "Oh wow, I didn't realize that Army has 3 college football national championships." And the Germans, without missing a beat, said, yeah, they were during World War II because they won in 1944, 1945, and 1946. All eligible men were in the military. So, of course, Army had the best football team. They had everybody.
Talk about stats.
It was just late. And it just was funny to me that it was the Germans that noticed. We didn't even pay attention that it was during the World War II. So, like, yeah.
We're just here for the game.
They know.
I thought it was funny. So,
they were like, yeah, your boys were busy over in Germany beating our asses.
Well, stop killing Jews.
Whoa,
this has gotten really serious,
and you took it somewhere else.
I mean, like, are you pro killing Jews, Ryan? Is that your platform you're running on?
No. What is going on? Hey, so how about Trash Down South? Let's move it along.
Are they pro no, I'm just kidding. Last call. Woo.
no one should kill Jews or anybody for that matter, except for
No.
not even them. Not even them. No.
No, and I don't think a lot of Georgia Southern fans are pro that either.
But if there were any fan base that were,
but some of them definitely are.
So that's one of the things that Ben was talking about as well. You know, the racial remarks being made by the Trash Down South fans towards our players in like that 34-7 game, and then we heard about the same thing we heard about in basketball against RJ and everything. And I'm like, do you not see the ethnicity of most of the players in your team? Like, it's not right, period. But like, are still cheering for somebody that has, you know, most of them have the same skin color. Do you not see a problem with this? I just don't get it.
Tim, when you went to Georgia Southern, you went once or twice, I think, and you said you heard some of that, right?
Yeah.
Going on, was it against our players or was it like our fans? What?
Our players.
Players. Okay.
Yeah.
So that,
I think you're just always gonna have fans like that, you know. I mean, unfortunately,
I hope not.
not that I'm claiming to understand. Well, not that I'm claiming to understand racism, but I don't understand racism when you cheer for somebody of one race because they're on your team and cheer for them on the cheer against them on their, not because they're against the other team, but because they're of the same race. It just doesn't make any sense to me. None of it makes sense to me. But
it doesn't.
Whatever.
Well, so here's the thing about racism, David, is it's not very rational.
It doesn't make sense. Gotcha. Yes. All right, let's get off of that topic.
That's probably good. You had to bring up the Germans.
So wait, do you think they drink Eagle Creek water?
They were very polite, and I told them that they're allowed to leave because they were going to leave Atlanta to go. They're like, because they're European people and they take like 3-month vacations of crap. They're here. This was like the first or second week of their trip here, and I was like, well, you guys can't leave Atlanta until you come to the home game because you're the good luck charm. You're the one variable that changed in this whole thing. You got to go to the game against the Trash. And they seemed open to sticking around a day later than they were planning on leaving. They're going to Florida. The place is ravaged anyways. So they may
don't go to Florida right now.
I mean, I'm going, but they can't. I'm going the day after them, or day after they're scheduled to go.
Well, don't do that either.
All right.
That's Florida.
The Falcons game at Tampa.
They're still against the underwater, aren't they?
The soon-to-be single Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean he is in Tampa. There's a lot of activity there for him to do. So,
well, I was gonna say, is he pulling like a Leonardo DiCaprio and just being like, "Oh, you're not 23 anymore, so we'll."
Oh no, his wife hasn't been 23 since the 90s. So,
but she looks it.
She looks much better than many people that are 23 right now.
That's right. Yeah. She got a pass. She got a pass up until this year.
Okay. Anyhow,
I'm fired.
So, David, you can see the Falcons overtake sole possession of first place in the NFC South.
I was thinking about that. Yeah, we win the game. So one of my friends commented in our Falcons group was either this distracts Tom Brady or it motivates him. And I'm like, I don't know what happens, but I know the result is it will not pan out well for the Falcons. Like whatever effect this has on Tom Brady, it will not help us at all.
He's going to come out on fire is what you're saying. He's going to like throw for a bazillion yards.
Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. We're going to get destroyed likely, but
Gronk's going to come back.
We'll find out that the reason why Giselle's leaving Tom is because him and Gronk have been in a relationship together. Gronk's back on the team. They complete so many passes from Tom to Gronk the entire time.
I thought you were going to say Gronk and her, and honestly, what you ended up saying made a lot more sense.
Just as good.
I mean, I was like, oh yeah, no, that is the puzzle piece. That's the one. That's where it fits.
When all the is Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft's the owner of the Patriots, right? That's like when the stuff came out about the little rub and tug stuff he did down in Florida, whatever. But there was a comment that there was an NFL player on the team that was also on video captured doing that, and it never came out. And one of my buddies said, "I know it's got to be Gronk." and he's gonna be looking at the camera the entire time, just with a thumbs up, like I don't care. This is awesome.
You watching this?
Where he knows the camera's there, but he loves that.
Exactly. He's giving it the thumbs up the entire time. There we go. Tom and Gronk forever. All right. Well, we didn't talk about anything else, Jordan. I was going to talk about some of the football games, but I don't even give a shit anymore. We're 25 minutes in.
You talk about the golden jersey?
Oh yeah. We didn't talk about the seating event either, but yeah, the golden jersey. I forgot about that. So that's a new Hayes thing, huh?
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of a motivator for the team.
Yeah, tell me about this.
Tim, I caught it in passing. I wanted to look it up before we talked about it, and I forgot. So you talk about it.
I don't know all the specifics, but it seems like every week he's going to give out a golden jersey to the hardest working, best performing player on the team.
Is it like it's like in practice plus game, or is it game only?
Can't be in the game probably because that would be illegal, right?
Yeah, I don't. The details were not. It was just a tweet that Coach Hayes put on his personal Twitter account.
Not like play in it, but like, is it game only criteria?
It was a tweet that came from Coach Hayes' personal Twitter account saying, "Congratulations to," and I can't remember the name of the player who got it. I'll be the first recipient of the golden jersey this week. So it's something that he's done to motivate the players.
All right, so practice.
On something they want. That they're getting recognition for. And
it's a gold star.
Yeah,
comes with the trip to Tampa.
Effectively.
You know what? Working in like management for a little while, like it's surprising how much gold stars actually fucking work. It's ridiculous what that actually does for people and like what that makes people want to do for you. Like people will fight over this like little gold stars, right? I mean, and this is a gold jersey, so it's a little bit more important, right? I feel like there's a little bit more there, but like
gold.
People really want their gold star.
Golden Panthers.
I would probably be the type of employee to be like, if I could do two different actions and one would get me the gold jersey and the other would not, give me the gold star or whatever, I'm like, I'd rather not get the gold star. I don't want to bring that kind of attention to myself. I want us to skate under the radar the entire time.
Yeah. I know. I mean, you told me with my job too. You were like, oh, sounds like a good situation to like just glide right under the radar.
Just keep getting paid and no one has to worry about anything. It's easy peasy.
That was the advice I got.
There was a thing I want to talk about. I don't know. Have you guys been paying attention to what Lafayette's doing on the football field?
Nothing. And I love it.
Fucking like they lost to Monroe. And they were pretty much the unanimous favorite to win the West. And they're currently sitting in last in the West, just like we are in the East. But they're 0-2 in conference. They lost to Monroe and I don't even know. Probably like Arkansas.
South Alabama.
Maybe Troy. It was this last week. Yeah, it was South Alabama this week. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I have it here. I think
South Alabama's cruising high altitude in first place right now. They're feeling really good about themselves,
as they should. Thankfully, we're not.
I mean, if you're in the West, and everyone told you you're all going to suck and Louisiana's going to win it all, and right now it's the opposite, you got to be feeling pretty damn good about your chances of winning the West because now it's like open seasons, open competition now, right?
Every game matters. Every single game matters. So, and Lafayette's going to have to do a whole lot to get out of this and need a lot of help. So, yeah, couldn't happen to a better team in the West. Makes me happy.
Men's soccer, we didn't mention them. They beat Southern 4-2 or something like that, I think.
Yeah, they lost a couple of games, but they lost to number 4 Kentucky and number 23 Lipscomb. So, all right, we're not top 25 material. Got it. But they did beat the Trash Down South on Sunday 4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we play the most average team in the Sun Belt. After them, we're hosting Coastal. They are 3-3-3 overall and 0-2 in conference. That is the most boring record to have in soccer. You're just literally average. There's nothing good about you. and you can't even be that down on yourself, other than the fact that you have to play on teal field.
It's so ugly. Whew. It also looks like garbage on TV. I don't know if you saw any of the Coastal Game David replays, because obviously you were not watching anything that night.
Nope.
The whole field looks like trash. It's like tarnished teal now.
Like the colors off on your TV. Like you've got to adjust
maybe
back in the 80s days and adjust your RGB settings.
And they should take the blowtorches to it.
That might start a fire. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? It's plastic, right?
Yeah.
Some kind of weird plastic rubberized. I don't know the difference between plastic and rubber. One's
man,
bouncy.
I don't fucking know what fake fields are made out of, even though ours is a fake field.
Same thing. All I know is the same thing they have in Mercedes-Benz. It's the exact same company, exact same field.
Ours is?
Yeah.
Or theirs is?
Yeah. Georgia State's and Falcons have the exact same field in Central Park and Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. We're ballers.
All right, we can wrap this up because I got to pee now.
Me too. Again.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thanks everybody for listening to the last call, and we'll talk to you next week. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.